Okay, so we got all that swapped here, but see, the Cutlass pulls down a little bit, right? Which means it's like one of the few ships that you can actually fly on the surface and stay pretty consistent, because like every other ship either goes down a little bit too much or goes up a little bit too much. You see, like the Cutlass levels off pretty good, like right there. You just kind of point it up a little bit, and then it kind of stalls like that. So you can kind of keep yourself up in the air for a longer period without like gaining too much elevation or something. I feel like we might have passed our target or something. Actually, let's not do that. Point it back up here for a second, and then target location was here.
Contact.
So I'm not sure how well this will work. Okay, so we got some blue. It's weird. I'd almost be tempted to put the laser gun on the turret and then have or four distortions on the bottom, but it doesn't really make a ton of sense. Well, I mean, I guess you could. In my mind, it makes more sense to have distortions on the turret because you can park the ship like behind it. Oh god, that was close.
Shield system is hit.
I don't know how effective this is right now. But that's an Avenger Titan, so I could definitely capture that if we can get it to land without dying. Damn. Did we just die? Oh, no, we didn't. Avenger Stalker. Alright. So we got second chance here. Actually, let's lead this guy up into space if we can. Not seeing him. I wonder if the tractor
Hydrogen fuel
beam...
is at 75%.
It doesn't look like he's following us. If the tractor beam could, like, grab them and pull them into space after we disabled them, that'd be good. Yeah, it doesn't look like he's coming, though. Here's what we'll do. We'll come down. some of that. So lasers should conserve the most amount of money for us. And we don't want the lasers to hit his hull, we just want to down his shield.
Shield system is hit.
Okay. Shields down. We'll try and see if we can slowly disable him instead of fully disable him. Like maybe we can slow his speed enough to where he's forced to land. Like right now he's in a tailspin. Yeah, I think he's gonna crash. Damn.
Landing gear down.
I think that might be it right there. So that was the first mission, and we had 2 Avengers, which is kind of crazy. But none of this damage should have been from us.
Landing complete. Engines
So
offline.
structurally, the ship is still good. The ship should still be good structurally. Shouldn't be any components really damaged. Anything like that. Why isn't my... Why isn't my stuff working? That green clashes with everything. I don't like that. Okay, so that's working. But my main guns aren't working now. Okay, store that. Rifle. I don't know. We'll look at that here in a second. So we got a wing that busted off. And there should potentially be a pilot in here. Or not. Okay, we don't know where the front went. And the front has that size 4 gun on it. Which is what we're really looking for. Dude, what is going on? Take this. Put that in the backpack. Put it in the backpack, sir. Okay. Only thing I can figure... We'll try to put the stuff into this ship. Because it's not letting me holster again. So we'll try to put everything in this ship. Maybe bedlog if we have to. So let's do this. Take that. Okay. It's not working. Okay. So let's just bedlog for now. And then we'll try to log back in the same spot that we're at. See if we can fix anything. Maybe you can't bedlog on the Cutlass? I don't know. Seems very fishy so far. Also, these beds suck. Damn. Let's take the backpack off. Let me see if I can do it in here. No. What to do? Let's try. See if we can.
Hello and welcome aboard your Drake interplanetary craft. Your systems are online. Landing gear up.
am I moving faster when I do that? That doesn't make any sense. Alright. You see with this ship, one mission, and you're almost out of gas.
Please proceed to assigned landing bay.
See what I'm saying? Like, I feel with the Cutlass, you really want to, like, stay in space. You want to travel and use free gas as much as possible.
Landing gear down. Landing complete.
It's like everything else is working but my hands. Or my guns and stuff, you know what I mean? Now it's working. Okay. Did I distortion my weapons? Let me get rid of this one. This one's weird. Still can't store it though. I can use the stuff in my hangar, but I guess I can't use it anywhere else. Which is kind of a problem. So I'm going to go ahead and log here and then log back in. Ideally.
Welcome to the ASOP Vehicle Retrieval System.
Colors black. Store. We shall see. Bum bum bum. Bum bum bum. Bum 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 bum. Bum ba dum bum. Bow bow bow. Bow bow bow. Ba-dum bow bow. Bow da 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 down.
Hostile elements have disabled quantum travel in this sector. Please shelter in place until authorities have resolved the threat.
So, with that upbringing, with that kind of
So there is yet another trend that is
Until the current threat in this sector has been resolved, civilians are advised to avoid engaging in space travel. If not possible, use extreme caution when leaving the station. Until the current threat in this sector has been resolved, civilians are advised to avoid engaging in space travel. If not possible, use extreme caution when leaving the station. Until the current threat in this sector has been resolved, civilians are advised to avoid engaging in space travel. If not possible, use extreme caution when leaving the station. Until the current threat in this sector has been resolved, civilians are advised to avoid engaging in space travel. If not possible, use extreme caution when leaving the station. Until the current threat in this sector has been resolved, civilians are advised to avoid engaging in space travel. If not possible, use extreme caution when leaving the station. Until the current threat in this sector has been resolved, civilians are advised to avoid engaging in space travel. If not possible, use extreme caution when leaving the station. Until the current threat in this sector has been resolved, civilians are advised to avoid engaging in space travel. If not possible, use extreme caution when leaving the station. Until the current threat in this sector has been resolved, civilians are advised to avoid engaging in space travel. If not possible, use extreme caution when leaving the station.
Oh God, let's get out of bed, boys. I don't got no coffee in here. Let's see if this fixed anything. There we go. 17 containers, I think, is more than we had. I think we duped our containers.
Hello.
Hello, Governor.
I recommend
Goodbye.
consulting the terminal.
Recommend shutting your face. Ain't that right, blue guy?
Welcome to main unit. How may I...
Man, people always gotta be stirring up drama online, okay? I had a post that I posted, I don't know, like a year or two ago or whatever. It's getting spammed by messages by everybody trying to challenge me because I put down some simple, basic things people could do to make their life better, alright? To manage their money a little bit better. Everyone's getting in my ass about it. So now I got a mom going on there telling me that I don't know how expensive kids are and stuff, and that she needs $35 a week to feed her baby formula.
Welcome
And then she started talking
to
about
the
breastfeeding
ASOP
and shit.
vehicle retrieval system.
And then I sent a reply, and then she sent a reply that was like,
Vehicle selected. Stand by.
oh, random guy talking about breastfeeding on the
Your
internet.
vehicle has
Weird.
been Please visit us again.
Like, no, you brought up breastfeeding, alright? If you can't handle the conversation, don't bring up the topic, alright? Adults should be able to talk about anything without it being weird. Straight and simple, I'm not a big fan of formula. I don't think that you should be planning your life around formula. Formula is like a backup option. You know what I'm saying? It's expensive because it's artificial. And then during the, what you call it? During COVID or whatever, there was like a massive shortage.
Civilians are advised to avoid engaging in space travel.
And they were basically saying that, oh, they didn't run out of formula or whatever in the shortage or whatever, and they're saying that I don't live in reality. But I had to tell them, just because they didn't have a problem with the shortage doesn't mean everyone else didn't, because in my area there was no baby food for a long period. So those people couldn't rely on baby food to feed their kids. And luckily, there's some old-timey farmers that are old ladies that were around before baby food existed that knew what to do. That's reality.
You are clear to launch.
And realistically, this all stemmed from me sharing my meal plan thing that I used when I was saving up for my house. I worked multiple jobs. I was a 335-pound athlete consuming thousands of calories a day in food. My food bill was too expensive. People's food bill is the #1 expense that they have basically out of everything for the most part. Even me now, it's probably one of my most expensive things. It definitely is. Because I'm not eating the same way I was before. But I did 3 years of very basic foods while working 2 jobs.
Thank you. And please visit again.
Quantum drive is now on.
And it's not like I'm just eating random stuff either, because basically when I mention beans to people, they just went off because they thought I was eating like a 16th century peasant, is what they were saying online. They said, "What is your obsession with beans? Because you just want to live like a 16th century peasant." But those people also were the same people that told me that they couldn't afford to eat, and they were eating cheese and crackers every week. Cheese and crackers is more expensive than beans in general, and it isn't going to give you everything you need to live, really. Like, you're just going to slowly be dying. Beans, one of the first crops ever planted by humans, as far as, I've ever heard, and then something my grandparents ate for 80 years, etc., raised 12 kids on, etc., is a staple food. One bag of beans, like, well, it depends on what size you get, but a 20-pound bag of beans around here was $10. It's $12 now with inflation. That bag of beans lasts me over a month. Bag of rice lasts me way over a month. It'll last me a whole year, pretty much. You look up the ratio for, like, grains to beans to get a complete protein. That gives you your base staple meal. That's the thing that you eat for like lunch. You have a slow digesting carb and a fast digesting carb to like kind of keep your energies a little bit going. You got a lot of fiber in the beans and stuff, which helps you keep you regular, helps your like the sugar not absorb as fast, so you don't get like massive blood sugar spikes and get super drowsy. You know, so like my grandparents' food plan was very simple. All right, they woke up at 4 a.m. every day. Well, my grandpa died when I was young, but my grandma was still alive when I was younger, and I remember all of this. It was all, but like around the age of 5, a couple years before I was 5, I remember that time period with her very well. And it was 4 a.m. You were up. She was making breakfast. She would wake you up. If you didn't get up, you didn't eat. All right. But 4 a.m. breakfast, you'd have eggs, scrambled eggs, cornbread, or no, it'd be biscuits or toast, basically, eggs and oatmeal. And then maybe a little bit of jelly for your biscuit. Because she would put jelly and syrup on her biscuits. Lunch, beans and cornbread. That's basically all I remember eating with her every day, beans and cornbread for lunch. And then for dinner, you either ate beans and cornbread or a special meal that she would make. And then holidays and stuff, you'd eat like a special meal. You would go to church. She went to multiple churches through the week, but Sunday you had church dinner. And I was raised not to take more than you need. So I get like one plate church dinner on Sundays. And at night she would watch Wheel of Fortune, and you get a little bit of sherbet ice cream. So she would give you like one bowl of sherbet ice cream with like 2 or 3 scoops in there, not like these crazy bowls that people do now. And the only other things they really ate were like pecans, and then she would bake pies and cookies and stuff. So like she made a lot of sweets, like really cheap, good sweets through the day. That's basically what they lived on for 80 years. I took it to the next level when I did my stuff. I didn't really do the sweets that much. I still kept stuff for like a sweet tooth. But beans, rice, chicken, broccoli was the base staple foods. Beans and rice are what you buy first. So for $50, you can buy months worth of beans and rice. Then the next time you go shopping, you buy some vegetables and meat you know, so you get your chicken and broccoli, you can get some pork, um, eggs, whatever else, all right? So it really comes down to beans, rice, chicken, broccoli, other meat stuff like pork, shrimp. The main thing was tuna that I had for like fats,
Orbital drive is
omega
now off.
fats, oatmeal, which lasts a long time as well. Um, had like seasonings and onions and stuff that you would pick up later, like just very basic things. I don't remember. I had a list. I don't remember it all now. But I know tuna is a big one. Chicken broth. Broth is a big one. Cook your beans with broth, or you cook your vegetables and use the water as broth because it keeps some vitamins and stuff in there. It gets a little bit extra flavor to your beans. Yeah, just like salt and stuff. Maybe like get some peanut butter every now and then. Essentially, though, what I was saying, because people were saying that it's too expensive to do anything and to eat anything and whatnot, and they're eating cheese and crackers. And they were basically saying it's not possible to eat off of 50 bucks a week. Someone said it wasn't possible to eat with, you know, on 50 bucks or whatever, which happened to be how much I was spending a week on food. So when I got out of college, I was spending 300, probably 300-ish, plus or minus, on food every week. So the majority of my paycheck was going to food. Because in college I had a meal plan, and I was regulated what I had to eat to maintain my muscle mass. So I was consuming way too much and spending way too much on food. So I worked 2 jobs, cut my food down to $50 a week, so you're looking at $200 a month or less, because essentially most of the time I would buy my stuff, I would eat beans and stuff one week, and then I would forget, like I just didn't feel like going and buying groceries one week, so I just wouldn't. I'll just eat beans and rice and stuff again. Maybe like put a little cheese in there, get some Fiesta cheese. So you put beans, rice, and Fiesta cheese together, get a little taco shell, and it's basically the same as like a bean burrito from like Taco Bell. Cost for burrito is like really low. You can make bean dip out of it. There's a lot of stuff you can make out of it. But yeah, it's really like not that bad. I just got tired of it after 3 years. And my whole thing is like when I buy stuff now, I've kind of splurged and not did this recently, but usually when I buy stuff in general, when I go out and buy something, I will take it from my food bill. So nowadays, when I'm going, like I'll go buy pre-made pizzas and stuff, like fish sticks and stuff like that. That stuff is expensive. You spend a lot of money buying that stuff. So now I'm spending $100 to $150 a week instead of 50. But anytime that I decide not to buy groceries, I just don't. So I spent a lot of money this year. I think 2 or 3 weeks ago, I went shopping and I spent $200 or something. And I ate most of that food that first week. Second week, I didn't really eat that much. This week, I basically had like a pork shoulder or something that I had. So I put it in the pressure cooker. And so I'm just eating that pork shoulder today and tomorrow and stuff. That's the only thing I'm really going to eat today. And it doesn't really bother me at all. So I overspent on my groceries 1 week, but I haven't bought groceries for the last 2 weeks, maybe 3 weeks. I don't know if I want to go grocery shopping or not. And I haven't even been eating beans and rice. I have over a year's supply of beans underneath my cabinet right now. Just because. Also because during the COVID times and stuff, I had gotten sick afterwards, like really sick. I basically was dying, and my house bills were getting pulled out of my savings account, and so I basically went all the way down to like $67. And then I finally got a job and stuff again. But the reason my money lasted so long was because I had beans and rice in the house before that. So I was eating those beans and rice that whole time that I was sick. Which allowed my money to last, 4 times as long as it should have. And then right after I got a job, the first thing I did was I went back to Walmart and I bought some beans and rice. And I bought a year's supply of beans and stuck them under my cabinet, and I haven't touched them since. What does that say? Well, that's a saber.
Shield system is hit.
I think it's down, yeah. Alright, so what's this ship? A Reliant core. Let's see if we can get it up into space.
Shield system is hit.
Is it chasing us? No? Maybe? Kind of curious how long it would take for the shields to go down just with this. I think if I had 4 of these, it would go down pretty quick.
Shield system is hit.
Like, look how much fuel this stuff like. I've already used like another quarter tank. That's nuts. Let's try to keep them interested while we get into space here. And then if we can get them coming this direction, we need them to like come at us without a shield up. Something like that, maybe. I'm not saying that you can pre-plan for every event, because I know everyone's going to have a ton of stuff to say about it. But there's a lot more that you can plan for that people just don't do because they don't want to.
Hydrogen fuel is at 75%.
That much is pretty clear to me. Because you know how many people, how many kids I know that prepared for anything growing up? Kids, house, anything? Basically zero. You had a couple of kids that had their parents pay everything for them, and then everyone else was just doing what everyone told them to do. That's basically the gist of it.
Shield system is hit.
And even out of my family, how many people actually prepared for that stuff? In my family? Family of 4? Just me. I'm the only person that I knew growing up that cared enough about my future family and stuff to plan ahead. And everything's been going pretty damn smooth. You know, I've had some really rough points. All right, don't get me wrong. All right, I was on my deathbed in here without any medical, so I'm not gonna say it was pleasant, but it wasn't bad. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not looking back at it like I'm traumatized over it. It wasn't that bad.
Shield system is hit.
This has to be it right here. Yeah, I think we got it. I think it's just endlessly firing or something. There's no way that thing's still going, right? Can we push it into space with these guns? That's what I'm curious about. It looks like we can. So let's push it out here as far as we can, and then get it to stop. Okay. So we need something to tractor beam it. Because right now the shield should be off. So you get an SRV or something to tractor beam it, you'd be golden. Like, how is it still moving so damn quick? Let's go to the other side. We're gonna go to this side, and I'll shoot it like once. Use the guns to slow it down. Oh my fucking god. This might be the most difficult thing I've ever did. Dude, I don't know if I can stop it. Everything I'm doing is making it worse. You know? It's like it still has control or something, because like I fly around it and it's still moving. You know what I mean? But how am I supposed to stop that? I stopped it for a second there. Hold on. God damn, this is so hard. Nope. Oh my freaking god. If it would stop moving just for like 3 seconds. Bro.
Shield system is hit.
Go to sleep. Go to sleep. All right. Stay asleep. So how fast is it moving? It looks like 100 and something milliseconds. Or something very dumb. Damn near impossible. To get this thing to stop moving. Okay, so right now, it's falling to like 84 meters or something. I just don't think there's any way to stop it. Because it's like the pilot still has enough power to turn it, which is making it incredibly frustrating.
Congratulations. Target is destroyed.
So now it should be stopped. Like, why can't you have this happen Like, it happened with the Prospector, but this one was just a pain. You know what I mean? Okay. I would be tempted to see if the tractor beam could hold it, though. Yeah, let's see if we can tractor beam it and hold it in place.
Contact.
Okay, so we got that. And we need to open the exterior. And then we need to do this. And then we got to turn the ship around. See, if they ever add those front tractor beams to this ship... Oh, oh my god. If they ever get around to adding front tractor beams to the Cutlass, it'd be really good to just be able to grab a ship with the front tractor beams and hold it in place. Be peak.
Contact.
Okay, so now we have to get power switch somewhere. Power on.
Weapons online. Hello.
Tractor beam. Cool. So it looks like potentially if you had a co-pilot, you could disable a ship, then tractor beam it to stop it. But it doesn't look like you could do anything else with this. Ugh. Interesting to note, though. So that's kind of important. Okay. So, how do we open this thing? Oh, this might be a ship that you can't open because it turns when they get in, I think. Or no, maybe it gets in the back. That would make more sense. There we go. See, this is... Oh, shoot. Like, this is what's interesting to me when I get into this game. Because people keep asking me, like, what I want to do and stuff in the game. It's not really the ship combat and stuff that interests me so much. It's just being able to fly around out here. Board people's ships, check things out, you know, see what's going on. It's prying into other people's lives is what interests me, I think. Which I think is why, like, medical and repair is, like, the thing I need to do. Oh, God, do we die here? No. Okay. Okay, so let's take this. Do I not have a... I should have a tractor beam gun on me right now. I took the yellow one off. You've got to be kidding me, man. Like, why would it take the cool-looking one? Can I drag this guy? Come on, let me space drag you. Let me space drag you, sir. Hey. God damn it. get that somebody likes this ship, but it's a weird ship. Let's be honest. Yeah. Okay, let's try to push him out of here. Get to walking, son. Get to walking. Get out of here. If we get him out of the ship, we can use the other ship's tractor beam to pull it in, maybe. Essentially, I'm just trying to figure out how much money you can ink out of one of these starting missions. Because you're looking at ship gun, so it's a 5K mission, and then you got ship guns, all of the hull that you could scrape off of it. Oh my god, man, just get out of the ship. Just get out of the ship, my guy. I'm just gonna assume this is probably like 2K worth of gear. Get a helmet and a thing, probably 2 or 3K, alright, that'd be fine. So then we gotta come over here and go in here. And we have to Alt K, or right Alt K, which should allow us to take the weapons off, but since I don't have a tractor beam, we're gonna have a problem. This almost feels faster than the Reclaimer, or not the Reclaimer, the Vulture or whatever. Dude, this is the experiences that players are going to miss out on when they have ships already purchased. You know? Being able to build a group of people that are just wanting to do stuff like this. Alright, let's see if we got any structural damage over here. Alright, let's do a ship inspection. Okay, looking good, looking good. Nothing major yet. Okay. Okay. Nothing yet. So I think the ship is still healthy, even though we body slammed that ship a couple times. say rotate target? What does that mean? What? What is that? What does this do? Is this the repair function? It is. That's crazy. Repair function's so much quicker than everything else, though. That's what's nuts about that. See, but this, there should be a way to reload it. Rotate none, or do you do canister? And what happens to the other canister? Theoretically, it should be going back into there, but maybe it's on my chest. Like the outer hull is just like a protective paint, is what it seems like. Like without this, the internal structure rusts or something. has to be some way. It's just eating it. I don't think there's any way to get it out. So if you don't use the tractor beam gun, if you don't manually reload it, they disappear. Alright. Since we messed this one up, I think we just go do another bounty. Get a fresh ship. Might go ahead and fill this one canister up. interesting. Yeah, so this ship still had missiles and guns and all that good stuff. We might go try and buy a tool. Actually, did we? Apparently not. So we just lost our gun somewhere. It's weird.
Contact.
Could be going right back into the thing, to be honest. I also don't know if we can sell anything if it's stuck on our back.
Quantum drive is now on.
So I don't know where our guy is sticking these. They might be on my chest, but I think you'd have to store them before you could sell it. That seems like it would make the most sense to me.
Quantum drive is now off.
There's probably still a fight going on here.
Contact.
Yeah.
Please proceed to assigned landing bay.
Until the current threat in this sector has been resolved, civilians are advised to avoid engaging in space travel. If not possible,
Contact.
use extreme caution when leaving the station.
Shield system is hit. Docking initiate.
Nothing major. Yeah, fix my dings. Be right back. So I'm not sure. Maybe there's a way to like store it in this box.
Until the current threat in this sector has been resolved, civilians are advised to avoid engaging in space travel. If not possible, use extreme caution when leaving the station.
Might just see if I have one already up here. Probably not. Oh, maybe I do. Baby, I do. Alright. We need to get water and stuff anyway. Because my guy's fat.
Until the current threat in this sector has been resolved, civilians are advised to avoid engaging in space travel. If not possible, use extreme caution when leaving the station.
El burrito. Yes. Burrito. Yes. Burrito. Yes. Can I buy that hat? That's lame. Don't tease me with a hat.
Stores for... Why
Yeah,
can't
you're
anyone
saying
put
what?
things back where they found them? It's not...
Why do people program this guy to fucking complain? The last thing I want in this game is to be listening to his negativity, man.
What you...
Calm down.
Until the current threat in this sector has been resolved, civilians are advised to avoid engaging in space travel.
And
If not possible,
or
use
engaging in
extreme caution
space
when leaving
travel.
the station.
Little do they know my name is Danger. Will Robertson.
Engines online. Hydrogen fuel is at 100%.
Until the current threat in this sector has been resolved, civilians are advised to avoid engaging in space travel. If not possible, use extreme caution when leaving the station.
You are clear to launch.
Of course my engines are fucked up.
Launch complete.
Until the current threat in this sector has been resolved, civilians are advised to avoid engaging in space travel.
Thank you.
If not
And
possible,
please visit again.
use extreme caution when leaving the station.
Alright, so we can't VTOL anymore, which is great.
Quantum drive is now on. Quantum drive
You know,
is
the
now
good thing I
off.
just thought about with the Crusader is that those big wings that are on its engines when it activates VTOL could act as a big stop brake. Go full speed, hit it, it just stops you in the air.
Quantum drive
Would
is
be
now
interesting.
off. Quantum drive is now off. Quantum drive is now on.
Attention. Until the current threat in this sector has been resolved, civilians are advised to avoid engaging in space travel. If not possible, use extreme caution when leaving the station.
Quantum drive is now off.
Attention. Until the current threat in this sector has been resolved, civilians are advised to avoid engaging in space travel. If not possible, use extreme caution when leaving the station.
Is that scrap?
Docking initiated.
There's a cyclone down there.
Attention. Until the current threat in this sector has been resolved, civilians are advised to avoid engaging in space travel. If not possible, use extreme caution when leaving the station.
Waste. Contracted waste. Nobody wants your shit. Got some missiles, coolers.
Give it a glance.
Shield system is hit.
Attention. Until the current threat in this sector has been resolved, civilians are advised to avoid engaging in space travel. If not possible, use extreme caution when leaving the station.
That was a pretty good shot, if I do say so myself.
Complete.
Attention. Until the current threat in this sector has been resolved, civilians are advised to avoid engaging in space travel. If not possible, use extreme caution when leaving the station. Attention. Until the current threat in this sector has been resolved, civilians are advised to avoid engaging in space travel. If not possible, use extreme caution when leaving the station.
Why is this guy so fat? There we go.
Attention. Until the current threat in this sector has been resolved, civilians are advised to avoid engaging in space travel. If not possible, use extreme caution when leaving the station. Attention. Until the current threat in this sector has been resolved, civilians are advised to avoid engaging in space travel.
You're
If not
advised
possible,
to
use
shut
extreme
up,
caution when
game.
leaving the
Holy
station.
moly. The ground mission locations have been bugged for a while too. Fuck. Every time, I'm telling you. Come on.
Shield system online. Hello and welcome aboard your Drake interplanetary craft.
Yeah, take off.
Your systems are offline. Weapons offline. Hello and welcome aboard your Drake interplanetary craft. Your systems are online. Launch complete.
Fuck!
Attention. Until the current threat in this sector has been resolved, civilians are advised to avoid engaging in space travel. If not possible, use extreme caution when leaving the station.
Damn. Might go get a little bit more meat and then come back.
Until the current threat in this sector has been resolved, civilians are advised to avoid engaging in space travel. If not possible, use extreme caution when leaving the station.
high definition.
Feeling ready to get back to work? Ask your doctor or pharmacist how to taper your medication dosage.
Thing is that one
Until the
SU
current
box
threat
of
in this sector
scrap.
has been resolved, civilians are advised to avoid engaging in space travel. If not possible, use extreme caution when leaving the station.
Would take a whole lot of those boxes to fill.
Apologies. The air is especially dreadful today. There. Still alive, I think. Hello, welcome to Reclamation and Disposal. My name is Clovis Darneely. Wonderful to meet you. What can I do for you on this fine day? Ah, yes. More metal for the pile, I say. Well, the terminal will be able to sort you out. I will bid you a fond day, then. Oh, apologies. The air is especially dreadful today.
Attention. Until the current threat
Still
in this
alive,
sector has been
I
resolved,
think.
civilians are advised to avoid engaging in
Hello,
space travel.
welcome
Can't
to
skip the
Reclamation
interactions.
and
That would be
Disposal.
super annoying
My
in
name
an
is
MMO.
Clovis Darneely. Wonderful to meet you. And, how may I help you? It's an excellent question. Well, I'm loath to dash your hopes, but the job well seems to have run dry for the moment.
Attention. Until the current threat in this sector has been resolved, civilians are advised to avoid engaging in space travel. If not possible, use extreme caution when leaving the station. Attention. Until the current threat in this sector has been resolved, civilians are advised to avoid engaging in space travel. If not possible, use extreme caution when leaving the station. Attention. Until the current threat in this sector has been resolved, civilians are advised to avoid engaging in space travel. If not possible, use extreme caution when leaving the station. Attention. Until the current
I'll
threat
claim
in
my
this sector
ship
has
and
been
then I'll
resolved, civilians are
go get
advised
some
to
food
avoid
real quick.
engaging in space travel.
Maybe be
If
back
not
here in a minute.
possible, use extreme caution when leaving the station.
In this universe, life is hard, dangerous, endless. But when you're in need, Para has been there. I'll try to Google it. Googly moogly over here. Star Citizen, how to mine massive rocks in a ground vehicle.
Hey guys, Wister here. Today we've just got a short sort of Star Citizen video Just going to go over the basics of breaking
See anything you like?
bigger rocks when you're out mining solo. It's one of those things that a lot of people find can be a little bit daunting the first sort of time, as it's got the extra sort of risk, especially when you're mining something like Quantanium. Before we get into it, there are going to be a couple of things that we're going to need to grab. We are here at Arc L1, one of the refinery stations near sort of Arc Corp. You could, and I mean you definitely could, grab one of these mining gadgets. These are one of the new ones that came in with 3.17 that need to be placed onto the rock manually. But I'll be honest, I haven't had much luck using them, and I've got a bit of a tried and tested way that I prefer to use anyway. So we're going to come over to this trading terminal here. This is the new sort of menu anyway, so it makes it a little bit easier to find everything. The first thing we're going to want to do is go to utility and then go to mining laser heads. The first one that we're going to look at is the Lancet MH1. You can watch many videos on YouTube. I think a lot of them are going to be sort of recommending this. The main reason the MH1 is the sort of the go-to is because it reduces the instability of the rocks. It's not as powerful as something as say the Impact, but it does just give you that little bit extra leeway when it comes to mining something like Quantanium. The other things we're going to want, I don't actually think are sold here. We're going to want these. There we go. So we've got one of them here. We've got the Stampede module. We're going to want one of these. Essentially, what this does is
Surge module can be found generally, I think, at one of the Hurston stations. I think it's L1, which is just over here. So it's quite handy. You can pop over there. Surge is a bit of a necessity, really. It's one of those ones that I will never go out without at least one of them in my prospector or the mob. What we are going to do very quickly is just jump onto the menu. We come across here to the loadout manager. We're going to apparently not click on the prospector because it's not here. And we're back. Sorry about that, guys. Bit of an overlook, actually. You do actually need to make sure the ship that you want to do is in the right station. But a quick trip over to the fleet terminals over there, and we managed to get over here. So where are we? We're going to press F1. We're going to bring up your Moby class. From here, we're going to go to the vehicle loadout manager. You're going to select the ship you want to do, either the mole or the prospector. In this case, for the solo, we're going to go for the prospector. Now, none of this really matters. You can change any of this if you fancy it. The only thing I would sort of recommend doing is changing this quantum drive from sort of the Goliath or the Rush. Maybe something like a VK00 or an Atlas, just give you that sort of quicker spooling time. It's not really a necessity though. What we are going to do, obviously, is swap the standard mining laser for the MH1. You'll notice that you've got the one sort of module slot on the arbor, and this is one of the main reasons that we're going to be swapping these two out. Because the Lancet's got three. So what I'm going to do, you can set this up however much you like. As long as you've got a Surge, a Stampede, the third one doesn't really matter. As you can see, I've sort of messed around with a few different modules, seeing what they do. You've got the torrents that sort of increase your power, quarrels and sort of reduce the resistance and things. The filters that get rid of sort of inert materials. You can do what you like, really. I'm actually going to equip a second Surge. I just find it's a bit better to have more. You've got 5 uses for each of these. So with 10, you can stay out and you can break bigger rocks sort of more if you need to. So what you're going to do is save changes and then quick exit out of that. Then it's obviously going to get the ship. So obviously this bit takes a bit of time with the elevators. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to cut from here and I'm just going to grab my prospector. It's going to be around pad 2, I would have thought. So got this sort of really good industrial, no holds barred look, and especially the Lancet mining laser, it just looks incredible, really. I don't think you can beat this ship for the sort of your basic looks. Maybe the more I do like my sort of industrial ships. So what you're gonna do? Get into your crossing, and we're gonna head over to. So we're actually gonna head over to Lyria. It's sort of my go-to. The belt is a little bit funny at the moment. It's definitely safer to mine in the belt. People can't really drop in on you as easy. But I found at the moment, especially with sort of 317, just dropping a lot of the rocks are not scannable. That's not what we need really. We want to be able to scan all the rocks that we need to be able to find, so that we can hopefully buy one of these bigger rocks and get it going. So we are going to jump ourselves over to Lyria. You are clear to launch. Well, thank you. So it's going to be a short blast over to our core, then across to Lyria, and there's no point you guys sitting here and watching this this long asteroid. So I will see you guys. So a little skip across to Lyria, and here we are. Like I said, this is my favourite place to mine. I think I have the most luck over here. I, like many others, will tend to sort of come over this way. I want to look for something in the sun. It's a lot easier to find rocks when you can actually see where they are, especially with scanning as it is sort of in 317. Obviously, there's been a little bit of an issue with scanning, so it's just one of those things. We make do until they hopefully fix it. But anyway, I'm going to jump down here. I'm going to have a look for some proper rocks. See if I find some big. We're talking sort of over 5,000 mass. Anything up to 5,000 shouldn't really be a problem to mine. It's anything above that you might start needing to use modules. Anything over 6,000 you definitely don't need modules. There's just no way of it. It's that, or find yourself a friend with another prospector and see if they're happy to join you on a bit of a mining run. Or you could go and join one of the mining organisations that there are. There are many out there. I'm part of one myself. I'm part of one called Bifrost. So check them out if you fancy. But yeah, I'm going to go find this big rock, and we will catch back up once we are ready to mine. Right guys, here we are. We have got a good sort of quant rock in front of us. I'll just show you. It's not good in terms of the amount of quant. It's only 4.6. Normally, I'll be honest, I wouldn't go for this. Anything less than sort of 20% isn't really worth it in my books. And I think a lot of people would agree with me. We did find one earlier on that was really annoying. It was 24%, but the problem was it was only a 4,000 SCU rock. So it's not really worth doing, especially not for this video where I want to actually show how we're doing this. So the way we've got here, I'm kind of assuming that if you're watching this video, you already know the basics of how to mine with a prospector, how to find Montanium. If not, I will be doing another video and I will link it once it's made. But for the base of this, I'm kind of just assuming that you already know how to mine. We're just going over how to do it slightly better. So the first thing we're going to do, obviously, get yourself into a good optimal range. You can see it up in the top left. We've got a current range of 24. I'm actually going to back it off a little bit. I want to be just within optimal, but I don't want to be too close, because if it starts to overcharge, we're going to back off. We're going to turn the laser on, obviously, straight to maximum, and we're going to see how that charge moves. Notice how it's moving a little bit. It's not really going up at all. So this is where the surge modules come in. We're going to wait for it to get to Cat Rock DS from New Deal in Lorville for 176,500 UEC, or purchase it through the Pledge Store for $75. Since both vehicles are rather affordable using in-game currency, I would recommend against pledging for these vehicles directly. Instead, pledging for a transport ship and then earning either mining vehicle in-game. Don't forget to use my referral code in the description below if you are creating a new account. While the size 0 power plant and shields can be changed, the performance of other components in this size range is identical, so there's no current benefit in swapping them out. The size 0 laser head also shows that it can be swapped out, but there aren't any other mining heads available to purchase in this size range as of Alpha 3.14. I expect to see more options become available in future releases, so check the pinned comment below in case I published an update video. There is some additional equipment you should consider bringing along on your rock mining expedition. First is a spaceship that's capable of transporting whichever ground vehicle you expect to use. While you can travel using only the ground vehicles, you get a lot more options when you have a toy hauler to pack it up with. The Rock fits inside a Nisk Freelancer or Drayton Cutlass Black, although the Rock TS needs to be hauled in a larger ship, like an RSI Constellation or an Anvil Valkyrie. And second is an environmental suit. Like I mentioned in the Grey Cat multi-tool video, some planet surfaces will be either extremely hot or extremely cold, and these are highlighted in red and blue on the gemstones location table. Your standard spacesuits have a limited temperature range they can be used in, which you can purchase either the Caldera Pembroke undersuit and helmet combination for extreme heat, or the Caldera Novikov undersuit and helmet combination for extreme cold. You can buy one of these armor sets at the refinery stations for around 15,000 UEC, and it will be appropriate to the climates of the nearest planet and moons. These environmental suits will be required when operating Grey Cat Rock, or if you're on the laser turret of the Rock TS. You cannot retrieve these vehicles from the spaceport, since there's typically no accessible driving paths out of the hangar, so don't be alarmed if your Rock doesn't appear on the list of vehicles at the ASOP terminal. In order to retrieve your Rock or Rock TS, you'll need to go to a ground entrance in one of the major cities, or Platinum Bay building at one of the many outposts around the verse. Mining outposts are a great place to pull vehicles. Just look for the two small pads with the blue logo painted on them, and head to the nearby Platinum Bay building to access the ground vehicle retrieval terminal. Once your vehicle has been retrieved, you can choose to either load it into the back of a spaceship to transport it, or set out across the planet's surface to look for mineable deposits. As a helpful tip, if you store a spaceship that's carrying a Rock vehicle in the cargo bay, the Rock will appear there again the next time the spaceship is retrieved. If you choose to forego the transport ship, try to get it far enough away from the outposts that you won't draw the attention of other players. When rock mining, I always fly at least 60 kilometers from the nearest point of interest before starting to look for mineable deposits. However, if you're traveling across the planet's surface in the Rock, you could start searching after about 20 kilometers, since it'll be more difficult to detect in the small ground vehicles. Seriously, if you haven't picked up on it yet, you should be cautious around other players when mining. While the majority of Star Citizen players range from friendly to casually disinterested, there are a subset of players who make it a point to grief other players at every opportunity they have. Don't make yourself an easy target. Like and subscribe now if you're enjoying this video, and leave a comment below if you notice anything that isn't clear or might have changed in future versions. Now that we've got our Rock or our Rock TS, we're ready to start surveying for mineable gemstones. This table shows which locations have each material, as well as highlighting the best locations if you're looking for something specific. Locations in red will require an undersuit for extreme heat, and those in blue will require an undersuit for extreme cold. Because Hadanite's the most profitable, it makes sense to go where you have the best chances of finding it. The best plan for finding